Nutrition and wellness consultant Helene Charlebois is back. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, that is a good question.
Yes, this is eating according to your genetic types. You're not alien.
No.
You're not alien, so you're good.
You did a little test on me, and it was quite simple, actually.
Yep.
It was a saliva test.
Except you had a dry mouth that day.
I did, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
so it is a saliva test, and we're testing your specific genes that we've isolated, 7 specific genes.
Yes.
That if you don't eat according to these genes, you may run into some disease states, depending on if you need to decrease or increase certain foods.
Now, the things you found are genetic, so there's no way to alter them. However, there are ways to improve my situation.
That's right.
Correct?
Improve your situation. So, Kurt, if I can divulge, may I?
Yes, here's the summary of the results right here.
So out of the 7 different components of genetic testing, you'll see that the first type is vitamin C.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean that you will have health problems because of vitamin C deficiencies. But if you are deficient, you may run into higher health problems because you don't metabolize vitamin C very well.
Oh, okay.
So my suggestion to my clients is that make sure that you have 1 vitamin C source in your diet every day.
So I should have a juice or an orange. I like juice.
Tropicana, yep.
I could, and it's decent juice. I should drink this.
Folic acid, you're fine in. Folic acid, that's more birth defects and heart disease, very much heart disease. Whole grains, you're fine. That means you don't have a diabetes DNA happening with the whole grains, so you're good. But saturated fats here, the omega-3s.
Yeah.
So I would suggest, do you like fish?
I love fish. I'm a Newfoundlander.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you don't metabolize omega-3s very well, and there's a specific triglyceride, which is a fat in your blood, that is specific to omega-3. So I would suggest that anytime you're dining out or something, if you don't like to make fish at home, eat some fish.
Right. Okay. And I can update that with, or upgrade that with omega-3 like capsules or something?
Yes, you can with capsules.
I have those at home. I just don't take them.
I think you should probably start taking it because this is definitely a deletion gene in your genetics. Over here is saturated fats. Now we have natural saturated fats and non-natural. You are fine to metabolize saturated. Yeah, you're typical, so you can break down saturated fats quite well.
Yeah.
But you still have a higher risk of heart disease because of the omega-3. So it's very important to keep the saturated fats still low.
Right.
And over here we've got
I'm in
sodium.
trouble over here. This is not good.
So as of this side, you want to increase, okay, from omega-3s here. But from the saturated fats to sodium to caffeine, you want to decrease. You were fine in saturated fats, but sodium you weren't fine. Now, the Canadian recommendations are 1,500 milligrams a day. Right now, Canadians are consuming over 5,000 milligrams a day.
So what do I do to reduce my salt intake?
Most of our diets are over 70% of things that are in foods already. So adding salt at the table, not going to make a big difference.
I don't do a lot of that, to be honest
But watch the sodium in your diet. When you're reading a label, I recommend no more than 200 milligrams of sodium.
And how much should I intake per day?
1,500 milligrams.
It actually says that
It's about, so Kurt, with the genetic testing, which is at the University of Toronto that I had to send the saliva.
Right, and you get this booklet back with all kinds of information in it, right?
Yes, so this is his to keep. And you can't change, like you said, but I wanted to go through the caffeine part. This was very sad.
Well, this is disturbing.
Yes, because Health Canada says we can have 4 cups. That's 250 milliliters per day. But Kurt, you can only metabolize about 2. So I'll get all the crews on board here, and we're going to help you reduce your caffeinated. And that's not only coffee. That's anything with caffeine.
Why do you want me to fight with these people?
No, you have to decrease gradually because he will be a bear, okay? So we have to decrease that naturally. So we have to focus on vitamin C over here for you, omega-3s, reduce your sodium, and reduce your caffeine. But
so my afternoon coffee is totally out.
Well, why don't you have a decaf? Start having decaf.
What's the point?
So have 1 caffeinated in the morning
really
and decaf.
Decaf though?
Yes, it's not 100%. There's still a small amount.
Okay.
Okay, so you can switch to decaf. But it's also the amount. Decaf coffee is not naturally decaffeinated. They use chemicals. So be careful. Like a lot of people.
Probably salt.
How much are you having a day of coffee?
Oh dear Lord, Helene, I have no idea.
So this is like a cup, right? Like
oh my God, I have
250
2 of those before I start my day.
Okay, and then that's it for the day.
No.
That's it for the day. But you know, start reducing slowly with the caffeine. You know what I started doing is half and half. Half decaf, half regular. But I don't metabolize caffeine very well, and I know as I age as well. My DNA doesn't change, yours will not neither. But you may see more signs as you age because our bodies don't metabolize food as well.
Well, the aging process has begun, Helene, let's face it.
I know. So what we're going to do is...
There's great information in here, though,
yes.
right?
So they're now working on the genetics for gluten, and they're working on the genetics for vitamin D deficiencies. So that's going to be down the pipeline, but not for probably a year.
Yeah.
So this is becoming a large part of my practice. People tend to, when they know specific foods can affect their health, then they're more likely to make changes.
Do I need to talk to you more? Or
yes, I think I should come back in maybe a month or two, and then we should have a nice chat about how you've changed your diet. But I think for you specifically, it's trying to get a vitamin C food every day. Yeah, yeah. Not too much juice, but you want the fiber as well.
Oh, okay.
And do you know what's really high in vitamin C is peppers? Do you love peppers? Peppers and everything. So in the book, you'll see that there's different foods. So you just have to look. So you don't have to just have juice. You can add different things in your diet. And I like the omega-3s because not only heart disease, it's brain health.
Okay.
Brain health, DHA,
Listen,
very important.
Helene Charlebois is a nutrition and wellness consultant, and you can get this information yourselves. Just get in touch and go from there.
They can go to nutrigenomics.com or my website. They can have a link at hcnutrition.com.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.